Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're continuing on our journey of Fear and Hunger 2 Termina. Now last time we played as Marco, and we're not going to continue that. We're actually going to start a brand new game, because I've been itching to try Abella. She's supposed to be a mechanic and has a bunch of mechanical skills and stuff, and I'm curious what all that entails. So, we're definitely not going to skip our character history, but we're going to skip the intro because we've already seen it. You had a knack for mechanics and electronics, so ultimately it came down to those two lines of studies. We're going to learn electronics. Learn short circuit. Okay. I don't know what that does yet. During one particularly stormy night, when you were returning home after a 12-hour day, you ran into a foreign man on a rain-soaked alleyway. The man noticed you and desperately tried to run for it, only to collapse after weakly 10 meters or so. Is this the same? Have I seen this before? The man had been shot in the belly. Upon searching his possessions, you found his documents said he was from the Kingdom of Rondon, an allied country to Old Guards. You thought about what to do for a moment, and then... We're going to take the man back home and treat his wounds. The man stayed unconscious for a week, but slowly recovered thanks to your attentive mending. As days went by, he saw your eagerness to help and frustration towards the war. Then he revealed his business in Old Guard. He was part of an underground resistance organization called the Nameless Liberty Underground, NLU in short. The organization had been brewing hidden from watching eyes since the dawn of the First Great War. NLU worked across Europa trying to subdue the advancement of both Bremen Empire and the Eastern Union. The man had important documents that needed to be taken to the Kingdom of Rondon as soon as possible. Because he couldn't obviously take them there himself, he asked if you could take his role. You'd been hoping for a chance to work on something bigger, and this opportunity seemed to be just that. You packed your bags and set out. As a thanks for his rescue, the man gave you his officer's sword. That seems powerful. You traveled through Europa all the way to the Kingdom of Rondon. You found the meeting point described by the man and made contact with his colleagues. After talking briefly about the current situation in the Eastern Europa, you were asked to join the organization. They were running low on members, and your expertise would surely come in handy. You were led to their headquarters, and you got to choose how you'd offer your help. So knowing what I know about this character, which admittedly is very little, I think creating traps would be more effective, and just from a meta standpoint, I want to be able to create traps rather than creating weapons, since we just got our fancy officer sword. You learn trapcraft. Neat. NLU had spies everywhere in Europa and beyond. Combining various information snippets gathered from across the continent, you were able to unravel part of a larger scheme. The Eastern Union had been working on something malevolent and ill-boding in the country of Bohemia. It seemed like Bremen wanted to get their hands on this project. Your deductions got a lot more weight when you heard that Bremen army had finally occupied Bohemia. Hey there, I just wanted to jump in with a little bit of context. So, Bremen army is supposed to represent the Nazis in-game, and that's going to be important way later, probably in the next episode. But I do think that explains a lot of the grammatical weirdness around the phrase Bremen army, because they're trying to say Bremen army like saying the Nazis or Nazi soldiers, but it doesn't really work in the same way. Like, instead of saying they submitted to the Nazis, they would say something like they submitted to Bremen army, right? Instead of the Nazis marched on it, it's like Bremen army marched on it. It just doesn't quite work. But I thought it was interesting to note nonetheless. NLU sent some of their members immediately to the capital of Bohemia, Preheville, but you quickly lost contact with them. The organization decided to wait and see if their members would surface, but you couldn't just sit back and hope for the best. You decided to take the first train towards Preheville and find out what was going on. You were told that if you needed support in your mission, you'd recognize the leader of the Bohemian branch of NLU from her red shoes. Okay. So I'm going to take an additional moment and just commit that to memory. We're looking for somebody with red shoes. Whether we're playing as her or not, we want to know who the leader of the Bohemian branch of the NLU is. With this little information about the task at hand, how do you prepare for the trip? So theoretically, I want to be able to stock up on medical goods and food on my own. And I've been able to find a limited amount of medical goods and food. The game's been less generous with like spare parts, I think. I don't even know what this is going to be, but we're going to do that. Find 4 bolts, 2 duct tape, 2 pressure plates, and 3 scrap metal. That seems very useful. You felt tense since the moment you embarked on this journey. Every night you'd see nightmares about the horrors that would await you in Breheville. Are they just dreams? You can't help but feel that there is more to dreams than logic would dictate. Save your character history? Sure. Skip the intro? Yeah. We already played that. There may or may not be something that I could discover in the intro, but I'm not interested right now. I just want to get to playing. You wake up suddenly. Cool, now we're playing. So she's got kind of a fishtail ponytail. And overalls, I guess. A vial of oil. And duct tape. That's interesting. I feel like last time I didn't find any duct tape. And I'm pretty sure it said duct tape, not duct tape. Okay, looking at the skills, we got short circuit and electronic lock. No, that's not what it says. It says short circuit and electric lock to open locked doors. Relatively simple in practice, but short-circuiting the wrong conductors might lock the door for good. I'm not sure if I like this or not. Trapcraft, create bear traps and booby traps. We're familiar with that. Or I guess we're not familiar, but yeah, it looks like we can make a bear trap and then maybe a pressure trap if we have gunpowder. Is that like a mine? It might be a mine. Anyway, we don't care for now. Okay, so this fancy officer sword offers a whopping 1 more attack. That's cool, I guess. Alright, so just based on the 2 drops that I got, which admittedly is a very small sample size, we got oil and duct tape. So I feel like we're getting more items related to crafting and stuff. Like, it's almost like the characters are like rummaging through the luggage and she's like, oh, duct tape's going to be useful. But Marco's more like, oh, hey, this other thing is useful, these hand wraps or whatever. The engine won't start. There must be something wrong with it. We go over here, discussion. Oh, the pretty lady got up. Apparently my character's pretty. Yeah, the dialogue's pretty much the same, except for this line. Apparently the man in checkered pants tried to get the thing to move. Let's try and help. Let me change to my working overalls first. You change your outfit back to the working overalls. You just had these in your dream. Was the dream an omen? Oh. You're ashamed to admit it, but you feel the most at home in this attire. You examine the engine, yet you find nothing wrong with it. And there's Marco sitting over there by the wheel. So how does it look? Everything's fine. Yeah, I figured there was probably nothing strictly wrong with the train itself. The cellarman's name is Kita Tanaka. It's a very Japanese name. Or at least it feels Japanese. I have some urgent business at the city. Should I go on foot or wait for the train? Go on foot, I guess. Maybe I'll meet him later. Okay, Marco doesn't want to introduce himself. Oh, there's Marina? Yeah. Okay, that's interesting because now when we were playing as Marco, she was done making the circle before we actually woke up. So I'm wondering if the character that we decide to play as actually matters. And then are we going to see the salaryman disappear into the train again? No. I couldn't help but notice your accent. You're from the old country of Oldgard, aren't you? Ragnavaldr is from Oldgard. Surprised you recognize the accent. That language has a special place in my heart. See, my family roots come from Oldgard as well. My grandfather used to talk to me in his mother tongue when I was just a small child. I'm 1/4 Oldgardian. I understand the language perfectly well, though my speech might not quite be as fluent, I'm afraid. I thought there was something familiar about your looks. Yeah, it's not his looks, it's more his stance than anything. Like his posture gives it away. I wonder if he's related to Ragnavaldr. And Enrik, Might be related to Enki. What's your story? The name's Henrik, 32, a chef, single, my zodiac sign, suffocated soul. What else? Let's see. What else? What brings you here? That's private. Man's got to keep at least some of his secrets. Okay, he does kind of speak like Enki. Maybe. Oh. Okay, so I guess he's gonna follow me. I thought he was the ghost that like disappeared into the train. But now I really don't know. We're gonna skip the area with the dogs because I don't feel like fighting them. Oh. The woodsman approaches you ominously. There's a silent rage in his eyes. A sense of terror fills the air. Hold on. I don't want to start a fight. The woodsman's clearly out for blood. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, is this guy like a guard? This is a coin flip attack. Yeah. Bell is grabbed by the bony grasp of the append. Oh, that's not the appendage I thought it was going to be. I'm not reading this. Cool. Okay. This time we're just gonna go straight up and start exploring this area. Got a skin Bible. Skin Bible, God of Fear and Hunger. A strong occult book written by Enki Ankarian. The chapter explains the God of Fear and Hunger. Okay. The God of Fear and Hunger. There are popular texts that tell the stories of a false god and a chosen human joining together in the darkest and wettest of dreams. The forgotten and long dormant god of the depths perished that night. Only an older god never truly perishes. It's instead the God of Fear and Hunger planted its roots and started to grow her influence on the surface world. The scheming false deity had hoped her daughter would be the light of mankind. Only true darkness does not breed light. The God of Fear and Hunger was a pure child, a blank slate birthed in the darkest pits of human creation. That is where she grew, that is all she knew. She was the purest representation of fear and hunger, not spoiled by even a glimmer of hope. Mankind had seen its share of stagnation and suffering up to that point. To rise from those perilous pits, growing pains were necessary. Progress comes at a price. Fear motivated people while hunger kept them moving forward. People cherished in their hardship and drew inspiration from it. They learned from it. What followed was advancement that mankind had not seen since the Forgotten Ages. The dark fumes that rise from the pipes of modern cities are the direct consequences of this era. An era that came to be known as the Cruel Age. The mark of Fear and Hunger raises the agility of its wielder. The text includes the sigil of the Fear and Hunger and instructions on how to use it. Interesting. So I guess this gave me the ability to inscribe the sigil of the God of Fear and Hunger. Something going back to the first game, we learned that Grogoroth and the rest of the old gods aren't actually necessarily deities. I mean, they are, but their existence is kind of hard to quantify because they're the embodiment of the idea that they represent. So Grogoroth embodies the idea of destruction rather than an actual physical form. So the God of Fear and Hunger taking over the God of the Depths, I think it's the end of the era for the God of the Depths. At least that's my interpretation. And the God of Fear and Hunger, the girl rather, turned the God of the Depths into the God of Fear and Hunger. At least from what I can tell, that's supposed to be what's going on here. Okay. Does he want to confront me? Is that... Yep. Okay, let's try running. That's a neat trick. He missed. Let's run again. Perfect. Oh, okay. I'm trapped. Okay, this game is definitely a lot less forgiving than the other game. Because I'm going for the appendage twice. Yeah, I have to go for the head here. I don't really have another option. But I haven't successfully hit a head yet in the entire game. And we're dead. Alright, so that fight is definitely way more random than the guard. Ew. It's a healing item? I think I'd rather not. It exchanges bleeding for infection. That's disgusting. Anyway, his turn 2 wasn't the turn 2 that I was expecting. It's more like that appendage kind of moves randomly on its own. Alright, so I could rest a bit. I guess I will. And I get another dream sequence. What? I take it now you're acquainted with most of your fellow contestants. Keep up the pace, the festival won't last forever. Just what's going on? Oh, I forgot he's supposed to be speaking monotone. Since the 14 of you are such late additions to the party, your days are already running short. The festival will see its climax in just 3 days. That is how long you have time. Use it wisely. What happens in 3 days? My master has a short attention span. If any of the other 13 contestants are still around when midnight hits on day 3, well, I guess you'll just have to wait and see. However, it's not advised to wait until that. Do you mean I have to kill the other contestants? What you do and what you don't is entirely up to you, of course. Do you want to kill your fellow contestants? But enough about that. Let us proceed to the services I can provide. How may I best aid you in your quest? Oh? So I can either talk, use the hexen, or save. But I think I just wasted a day. Because I thought I had 5 days. And now I only have 3. I don't have souls, so I can't really use the hexen. I don't think. I could save, but I've done nothing. We'll just talk. There are 14 souls left. Head to the tower, let the blood spill. As 14 is reduced to 1, so opens the gates to the Court of Rur. I get multiple options. Let's use the hexen. Oh my goodness, okay. So, we got Almer. This is the god of fear and hunger symbol. And then, obviously, we have Grogoroth. And I guess Sylvan. So we don't know what this symbol is. I don't know what this symbol is. Roots that reap. Greater photosynthesis. Magic attack. Brain flower. Okay, so this is some sort of plant-based thing. Sylvian, you get pheromones, magic defense, heart flower, loving whispers. I see these merge into one another. Like they all kind of merge. At least these 3 do. And these are outside the table. You have steal, intimidate, killing intent, and explosives. So this must be the Endless Soul. La Danse Macabre. Greater meditation, meditation. Okay, so this is Osaz tree, I'm assuming. Okay. Well, that's a skill. Bury the trauma on guard, order, charge. I don't have any idea what this is. Got agility. This is like basic stuff. Attack +1, agility +1, magic attack, defense, bare-fisted proficiency, perfect guard, bob and weave, counter stance, adrenaline rush, fast stance. There's so many branches here. So this is short circuit, wrench toss, trap craft, and weapon craft. Okay, so this is her tree. Marksmanship, gun proficiency, gunslinger. Warcry, bloodlust, devour, sisu. This must be the individual souls. Yeah, this is like medical stuff. Diagnosis, organ harvest. Then you have warding sigil, engrave, advanced occultism. So this is Marina's tree. Okay, I'm kind of getting a handle on things. There's also this one that you can barely see. It's kind of grayed out. And then the god of fear and hunger, you have rot, mastery over vermin, flesh puppetry. So this obviously replaces the god of the depths. And this one is reveal aura, mind capacity, mind read, and golden gates. What even is that symbol? I guess there were more old gods than I thought there were. There's also this, because that's kind of hidden, and that's kind of hidden. This would be the indication that I got something from Grogroth. So what's that? Not all of the gods have that little thing either. And this one has 2. Almer has 1. The God of Fear and Hunger doesn't have 1. And I don't have any souls, so I can't do anything. But that is a very interesting tree. I guess I'll leave. The ritual circle is done. Okay, so that was not the salaryman. That was like a... It looked like the girl from The Ring, honestly. Okay, well, I don't remember it saying day 2, but this seems to be red colored. So that's new. I haven't seen this area yet. The blue herb. Is the guy with the gun still around? No. Golden chanterelle. What is that? Golden chanterelle. Chanterelle dreams, Amanita nightmares. It doesn't say if it gives states or not, but apparently it's food. Oh, it's a mushroom. Okay. So this dude's still around, obviously. The disturbed man raises his rifle and clearly tries to take an aim of you. The situation got dangerous all of a sudden. Hold on, I don't want to start a fight. Yeah, whatever. Let's attack his arms, as if that'll do any good. Okay, let's try talking to him. Sorry, but everyone must die. What are you talking about? The great trickster, he demands this. You must have heard him too. I guess he can still attack me. Oh, I can rev up. I forgot about that ability. Yeah, that does a lot more damage. On 2303 ammo. So that was not a worthwhile fight. Continue on to the lake. Some more of these mushrooms. I'm gonna eat a mushroom just to see. Yeah, that didn't do anything bad. Here's the lake. If I had walk on water, I could potentially cross the lake. Let's see what's here first. Moldy bread. A goat hoof? That's my body bag. Interesting. Okay, these guys are like scratching out their eyes. There's nothing out here on the lake. So this seems like a waste of time coming here. Rehaville Old Town. Okay. Bear traps. Can't disarm them. Just don't think I can. Now let's finish exploring the docks first. We're gonna go inside. There's the doctor. What's happening here? He seems to be going through a metamorphosis. On one hand, it looks like a severe radiation burn, but the parts of the body look to suffer from a frostbite, and overall he's in a state of severe hypothermia. There are more like him outside. Yep, slums are filled with the sick. On a more positive note, it doesn't seem to spread via physical contact or through air, but maybe it's too early to say we'd be exactly safe from it. Who were you anyway? There were so many new faces at the train I couldn't bother to memorize each and every single name. Yeah. This is Dawn. My mother called me Dawn and my father called me Danielle. So it's anyone's guess which one is their real name. This mess requires further studies. I'll have to check out the nearby slums. You're free to join if you want. Sure. Let's try and avoid confrontation out there. Things don't seem right. Whatever's causing these symptoms in their bodies is also seeming to affect their mind. Okay. So we got analyze, magnum medicinal, and diagnosis. Study fallen enemies and their anatomy to gain knowledge of them. Diagnosis also reveals what strategies might work the best when facing similar foes in the future. Okay, this is like cheat codes. Analyze an opponent to find the biggest weakness. And then magnum medicinal. The surgeon sacrifices their own limbs in exchange for human life. The procedure must be performed on the spot during an encounter to work properly. Okay. So I guess this is the Full Metal Alchemist equivalent exchange. In order to get your body back, I need to sacrifice half an arm and half a leg. It starts with a scalpel. Very accurate. Okay. We'll just keep him with the scalpel then. And he's got a silk vest. Neat. Should I finish him? I guess I'll finish him. He's dead now. Well, let's use party talk and see what he's about. Can't save everyone, I guess. Was rather underwhelming. I don't necessarily want to talk to these guys, but I guess I kind of should. I gouge my eyes out, but I still see the green hue. What's going on here? Just can't quit. We tried it, but it won't stop. Green hue. It devours everything. So the green hue is the hue of the gods. It's from the city of Mahabra, but like the true Mahabra. Is this an elevator? Yes, it is. Okay. So there's somebody down there. Looks like there's no other way to go. Did I talk to her? The moon scorched this land. It scorched us too. So this is like a moon scorched village. No. What is this? It's a filthy shack. Is this a bunker? I can't tell what that is. Okay, so there's a bridge to the left. Oh, I think this guy wants a fight. I don't really care to fight him. So, I just got a bear trap, right? Yeah. Cool. Medical diagnosis. Looks like the skin from the upper half of this person's torso is peeled off and it's hanging from his waist. The muscle tissue underneath has started to seemingly harden for whatever reason. The surface feels hard and crispy. This guy's also clawed at his own eyes. Must have been an act of insanity. The body itself was weak against slashing attacks, fire, and otherworldly powers. Okay. That's less information than I wanted, but I don't know what I expected, really. Alright, cool. The whole village is useless, I guess. Gonna carry on. There's some severed heads. Let's head inside. Is that a person? Wretched being, the dark corner of the unwanted and undesired, where they dump the diseased, stillborn, and now the moon scorched. Welcome, O fresh one. Welcome to the shit pit of Prevhaville. Nice decoration, I guess. I want the one who swiped half the old town down, the woodsman. Then I want the one who condemned us down here. I want the filthy priest. Show no remorse, let their blood flow. So he wants the head of the woodsman and the head of the priest. Looks like there's the head of the marriage. That one looks like, what's his face? Buckman? Yeah, this is all pretty creepy. Okay. Neat. I got a piece of chalk. I could go back and... Yeah, I could go back and inscribe on one of the ritual circles there. Then what's up here? There's another ghoul dude. Some okay loot. Leaving already? Oh. That's what he meant. Okay. So I guess he's only a temporary ally as long as I... Oh. What do you think could be causing this? Still that army conspiracy theory is such a foolish one? Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Dan. Dan seems to think that it's radiation. Saying the moonlight did it. So what the hell is going on? What do you mean? The scoop just became a lot bigger. Of course she's focused on her journalism stuff. What do you know about the scoop? Something was off about Bremen occupying Prevhaville. It seemed like the whole Bremen campaign was focused on getting here. That makes no sense. It should just be another backwaters town. I have my connections to different organizations and groups. One of the resistance groups fighting against Bremen Empire confirmed my suspicions. Something was about to go down here. I wasn't informed about anything else, really. I can't believe I wasn't even warned about this place. That guy will have hell to pay once I get back to civilization. What do we do now? We don't do anything. I work alone. It won't be safe alone. You worried about me or yourself? Okay, so she doesn't want to join me. Alright, I guess I'm back to being alone. That's unfortunate. And this guy wants my blood. Could make another trap. Kind of stuck fighting him, aren't I? Okay, let's make a bear trap. And then use it. Cool. Oh, now I can just run away. Neato. Yeah, I feel like I've explored a lot, but haven't really found anything. And some glass shards in the toolbox. There's a neutral smelling liquid. If there's anything down here, it shouldn't be like moon scorched. I don't think. I guess it wasn't locked, was it? Found duct tape, full of spare parts, electronic panel. Okay, let's try short circuit. Neat. So that is locked, so there shouldn't be anything down here, theoretically. More duct tape, more bolts, and a cloth fragment. Okay, so that leads back to the sewers. So I know from my experience in the sewers, I definitely don't want to go to the sewers. This area is huge. If that door just opens, there's a dusty projector. If you had any film, you could play it. Okay. So I guess if I find film, I know where to go. That seems more of a journalist thing, though. There's nothing else down here. Take the broomstick. Okay. I didn't even know I could take the broomstick. Cool, so that's that. Alright, well I really have nothing to show for all that. I guess I'm just going to continue on. So I'm in Old Town. There's more bear traps. Let's see footprints on the thick layer of dust. So somebody's definitely down here. And I got an iron spear. It seems like an awfully rustic weapon. 66. I have nothing else to use. This must be the television room. Okay, I wonder if I could restore the electricity somehow. There's a dusty radio. Doesn't work. The view is almost straight through the windows of the neighbor. The residents of these buildings don't care much for their privacy. Okay. Alright. Let's go for the arms, I guess. Ow. Found gunpowders. I'm gonna need to heal. Okay, I've healed up as much as I can. Now we're fighting this guy. Lone villager. Cool. Got rid of his right arm. I guess we'll go for the torso next. And he's dead. Okay, that one was a lot easier. I found a crossword puzzle. Great. What does that do? Morning has sold in its mouth. Gold in its mouth? Okay. Now the hallway's obviously been blocked off. There's nothing more in here. Let's keep going deeper. Is that... Oh, that's the horse from like the start. I'm gonna have to fight this guy. Okay, at least some of the fights are doable. Just rev up immediately and hit the torso. Neat. Yeah, this is definitely a different part of the town. Okay, it looks like fridges are guaranteed yellow vials. I guess we'll go down to the basement. There's more to the basement. Okay, let's keep going. What is that? Pray for the new gods. Give an offering? You have nothing worthy of offer. Okay. So I guess you can pray to the new gods and the old gods. Found occult grimoires. Gives you information about ritual circles. Okay. Magic in Theory and Practice. Written by Samiri Zimri, translated by Oscar Rente. So the one doesn't lose his mind along with the soul, one must come prepared for all situations. Basics of any knowledge are the most important. You need steady foundations in order to build a tower to the gods. To perform any rites on a ritual circle, the founding circle must be carved first. From top to bottom, the first one is an asymmetrical circle. The asymmetric circle represents the older gods and their one-sided distributions of power. Second one is the imperfect circle. The imperfect circle is the mark of the new gods who have strived for perfection since their conception, never to attain it truly. And the last one is the perfection circle. The perfection circle represents countless spinning spirals accumulating in the birth of the ascended ones, the ones who are able to go beyond human limits. One must never assign sigils not meant for their founding circles. That is the lesson to take from here. The beauty of these rites is that you cannot change them, but they can change you. The altar of the new gods. To appease the ones sitting at the grand hall, you must put forth a worthy offering. Okay, freshly severed arm. I guess that's how you communicate with the new gods? Yeah, I was expecting something here. Lone villager again. At least these guys are easy to take care of. Okay, I say that. Ooh, am I gonna step on the bear trap getting to him? Alright. That's unfortunate. I can't run anymore. Unlucky coin, mushroom stew. Oh. Okay. Oh, it just immediate coin flip. I think I'm definitely dead here. Psycho stab. Yeah. Alright, so what did I learn? Not much. This game's a lot more complicated than the other one. There's a ton of dialogue. It's somehow even less approachable than the first game. And I still have no idea what I'm doing or where I'm going. I'm hoping next time we can get some like really cool runs going and start actually progressing. But that's gonna be all for now. Thanks for watching.